As you peer into the mirror, the pained groans of your suffering friend seem to diminish, and your focus intensifies on the reflective glass surface before you. The glass ripples as if a drop of rain has fallen from the leaf of a tree into a perfectly still lake. As the ripples grow wider along the surface of the mirror, you see in the center an image begin to take shape. Two Dragonborn stand before you, their backs turned. The male clad in high quality custom mithril plate armor, with a glowing longsword sheathed at his side and a shield slung over his back. The female, wearing beautiful robes cinched at the waist, with a delicate mithril belt and a longsword at her side. She wears a ruby crown on her head and carries something in her arms. As the ripples in the mirror settle, you can see now the background begins to take shape. Huge stone pillars climb high into the sky, some forming arches over the ruined walls of massive buildings. Behind the two Dragonborn, you see a huge creature conversing with what you can only believe to be your parents. Standing 12 feet tall, this creature is akin to a giant snake. It seems to stand upright. 6 arms extend from its glistening torso, and hundreds of tiny snakes writhe and curl where you would expect the creature's hair to be. Clad in a battle-worn chain shirt, this creature is armed with 6 sheathed blades, some by its side and some slung over its back. As the two Dragonborn turn to face you, you can see the one with the ruby crown holds a newborn in her arms, cradling it gently. But something is wrong. As you peer closer, you can see the child they hold has been completely petrified, turned into solid stone. The male Dragonborn runs a dagger across the palm of his hand and shakes one of the 6 hands of the creature standing tall behind the female, sealing some sort of deal, it seems. As the connection between you and your parents solidifies, the woman stops in her tracks, turns and looks at you, looks down at the child in her arms and looks up at you again, and tears begin to fall from her eyes. You can see sobs racking her body, and as you look closer, you see that it is relief that has overtaken this woman, and not sadness. She looks at you, beaming pride in her eyes, and calls her husband. And although you cannot hear the words, you can definitely make out the word Scales. Man comes to her side and seems to catch the vision for the first time. He looks at you and nods in approval. He pulls a shield from around his back. Upon it you see the symbol of the platinum dragon, and he taps the symbol once, puts his hand to his heart. Behind them, you see the massive monstrosity slither away, and for that moment, as your attention wandered, you see the image of your parents fade away, your mother's face still beaming with happiness, and that expression of sincere pride in your father's. Your eyes burning from the effort required to focus on the scene, you blink, and in that moment they're gone. All you're left with is the memory and the expressions of love you saw on their faces. Scales, I need you to roll me. You can roll me a history check with advantage.